Hey everyone, it's Cruising on Carney for the event, and my camera is the Sony a7 III with the Sigma 24-70 f2.8 lens. So this is pretty much like the ideal lens for car photography, and for my scenario right now it is pretty close or at sunset. My shutter speed is going to differentiate throughout the video, but as of right now it's 1/250, and the aperture is the lowest it can go for this lens, which is f2.8. So that means it's really going to be focusing on the subject, a little bit of a blurry background when I can get really zoomed in, and also it being that low of a number or aperture, it's going to make it as bright as possible. The ISO right now is 400, which works great for this scenario, and later on in the video I'm going to have to switch to auto because it just gets too much of a task of keeping up with that because cars are coming very quickly and the sun is going down quickly as well. So Cruising on Carney is an event that used to happen in the, I believe, the 70s and 80s and then got dismantled or stopped happening because of issues that are pretty much unknown to me, but I believe it was just people were not treating Kearney Street properly, littering, treating businesses poorly. I'm not really sure on that for certain. So police got involved, and this got reopened in 2017, I believe. So this has been going on for around 7 years now, and this happens the second Saturday of every month. I really didn't get into car photography until about a year ago. I think it was May or June of 2023 I started taking photos of cars, and now I just can't stop. This is a passion of mine. I love to do it, and I've never really been a car person. Like, I couldn't tell you, oh, this has a V8, or this is a certain wheel, or you won't believe the axles on these things. Like, I couldn't tell you anything about these cars besides I like how they look. I really have been drawn to Dodge Challengers and Mustangs. Those are my personal favorite, so you're going to see a lot of those in this video. I'm also going to have a summary at the end of this video of what I thought about this event. Just wrapping up, just an idea of what I liked, what I disliked. So right now, I'm just going to be shooting cars. I have a little bit of that light going. I'm enjoying it, trying to take advantage of it, really. Some of my favorite photos come from the stop sign area just to my left. This is the Corvette. Couldn't tell you what it is besides that it's a Corvette from its sign, but that was my probably favorite photo from the night. So for most of that, it was like 250 shutter speed and the lowest aperture I could get, which was 2.8. But the issue is, the lower the sun gets, the less light I get. That means I have to decrease my shutter speed so I can make up for that loss of light. So I did that. I went to 1/60. I think that was the lowest I went. I may have gone to 1/50, but that's like the lowest I want to go when these cars are moving personally, because it's just a pain to try to not get a blurry photo if I'm gonna keep my shutter speed that low. I kept my ISO to auto. I thought it would do well, and we will see with the final images. Overall, I was pleased, and what was important is that the angles were accounted for. I'm not just snapping photos of these cars. I have a 45-degree angle to the front of these cars. So that is a flattering angle for those cars. Also something to think about. Sometimes these photos just aren't gonna look good because it's gonna be so dark, and that's the only time that these people are cruising. They do it from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and I got here at 7:30, and it was sunset at 7:45. So I got about 15 minutes of light from the sun, besides like the ambient, it's setting and I can't see it anymore. So I had to make up for that loss of light, cutting down my shutter speed. My aperture, the lowest it could get with my current lens was 2.8, so I kept it that way. I think I got some pretty good shots just from the quick review I saw. We'll see how it does in post. But the great thing about this is that I'll be able to post this to our Facebook group. Some people are going to get some cool photos of their car. Some people will pay for a higher image quality, which will be cool. So that will be a blessing to them and a blessing to me. They get the photo anyways, just with my watermark on it. And if they want the higher quality image, something that they may want to print, they can pay $10 for that. I think overall, something I need to learn is to not stay in the same place. So I tried to do that towards the end, just shake it up a little bit, try something new. I think it was worth it. I got to get a little bit closer to the road. I wasn't on the road, but I was a little bit closer because I wasn't crowded by other people. So I enjoyed that part of it. And the only downside was just the lack of light. I don't know why the lights weren't on. That was a bit of a bummer. And I definitely don't want to bring a light because that could be distracting to drivers, and I don't want to have an accident occur. That would not be good. As you can see from some of these photos, my favorites are the Dodge Challenger and Mustang vehicles. Those are my personal favorites, so you're going to see a lot of those. Some vehicles, I don't know if people are wanting pictures of them. And especially when it gets darker, I can't really tell what vehicle it is unless I'm looking through my camera. So oftentimes I will not have my camera ready because I don't know what car is approaching me. So a fix could be that I just hold my camera up, but my arms get a little tired just holding my camera. The only downside about car photography during the night is that light is going to be super important. And if your camera doesn't do well with the ISO, which is the artificial light that we are pumping into our camera, that could be a downside. Especially in the scenario where I work with what I have. I can't really pose these cars unless they were parked, which I didn't do this round because this was just focused on the moving vehicles. Well, you know, actually there were some quote-unquote parked cars because they were stopped at that stop sign. I got a few there. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, you're probably going to love this one right here.